Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. The NBA draft is right around the corner, and this should be one of the more exciting drafts in recent memory, especially because of the news that LeBron James has opted out of his contract along with Carmelo Anthony, making this year's free agency a big one considering all 30 teams will be at least trying to clear some cap space and move some guys around in order to make a run at those two guys. And the draft is going to be where all of this starts. So it should be a very entertaining couple of hours here. A lot of news coming into this draft as well due to Joel Embiid's injury, and that's where we're going to start here with this first pick from Bovada. Yeah, since his injury, the surgery on his foot, he's slid down now to number 5 in Bovada's over-under odds and where he will be drafted. Just not sure there's much of a play on him anymore. There's so much of a wild card on him right now due to the injury. You could see a team above the 5 mark take a run at him, or you could see him slide past that. Right now, there's just not a lot of news out there telling you what teams are going to do. I think he's going to slide outside of the top 3, definitely. It's just a question of whether the Magic or the Jazz at number 4 and 5 are going to take a stab at him. But right now, he is sitting at 5 at Bovada, and I just don't think there's much of a play here on him right now. Too much of a wild card, too much value also on a couple of other players that I'll get into here in just a second. First one being Dante Exum, who right now at Bovada has a draft position at 3.5 right now, and the over, if he does go in the top 3, could net you a profit of -110, which I think is pretty good value for Exum here, especially the news coming out recently from Chad Ford at ESPN reporting that the Sixers are not going to pass on Dante Exum if he indeed slides to them at number 3. They've been looking to trade Michael Carter-Williams literally the entire offseason. If they do draft Exum, I think they'll likely speed up that process, try to trade him for yet another draft pick, of which they already have 2 inside the top 10. And at -110, I think Exum at number 3 could be a very good value for for the 76ers. Obviously, I think Jabari Parker and Andrew Wiggins are going to be the first 2 players off the board. And if that's the case, if Sixers are scared off of Embiid at number 3, I think you're going to see them grab Exum and try to trade Michael Carter-Williams. So over 3.5, I think is a very good play on Exum from Bovada. My final one is Julius Randle, a guy that's been getting a lot of press recently. One of the more highly touted power forwards in this draft. Even though I'm very impressed by him, there's a lot of power forward depth in this draft. It really just depends on a team's need. And right now at Bovada, he has an over-under draft position at 7 on the nose, and the under, I think, if he goes past 7, could have a lot of value at +100. Obviously, Julius Randle I think is going to turn out to be a pretty solid NBA player. He's been compared to Zach Randolph multiple times due to his lefty status, way he plays, kind of a bully ball, but he still has not yet developed a jump shot, which is key in Randolph's game. He doesn't really have the same finishing ability around the rim as Randolph does in that unique style of offense. So Julius Randle, even though I do think he's going to be a very solid NBA player, I think the value is him on being drafted outside of the top 7. They could go at number 7 overall, which would of course be a push to the Lakers. Could also see, but I really think that he could fit in one of those teams there, either the Lakers, Kings, or Bobcats / Hornets. Could all 3 use a power forward, much like Randle? And I think under could be a very good play here at +100 if he indeed slides past there. So that'll do it for my NBA draft picks. I go under 7 for Julius Randle, over 3.5 for Dante Exum, and no play on Joel Embiid's draft status here from Bovada. Best of luck to you on all those. Make sure you check out more of my NBA offseason previews here this summer. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of The Sharp Pick.